talk about rust versus rest after these big gaps off. Where do you stand on that balance of what this could look like tonight? And do you have to prep your team any differently after such a long time off?
Yeah, just the youth of our team, to have this situation coming off of an Olympic break, it's new. So with a young team, you try to talk to them and tell them, how things are going to play out or what it's supposed to be like. There's very few veterans in that locker room who've gone through an Olympic break as well. So, I don't think after these last few weeks we have very much rust. They're ready for a game.
How much different does this restart feel compared to like start of the season where you might not know how things are kind of fitting? You know who your team is at this point, and now you're trying to make that push.
Yeah, just the speaking of the very beginning of the season, after 5 practices and we were playing, that was we were still trying to figure out who we were playing together, how we were going to play, new point guard, and so now having all of our players other than Christy Wallace for this break. We were moving in a direction that was positive in the month of July and June. So just to now have that time to really break things down and really teach and get into the details of things. We keep talking about details and making sure that we're getting into the details of things. You get so much accomplished during this time with your players.
Jake.
You just kind of talked about it there, but you said this was new, this Olympic break. What was kind of the focus for you guys during these practices and whatnot?
Yeah, when you don't have a game to prepare for, professional athletes, they get real bored real quick. So you have to try to find a way to keep it new and exciting. I really came into it, my number one focus was just our team chemistry. We hadn't had time to really focus on that. We just kind of were thrown into the fire. So we were able to really, off the court and, just not, as it relates to basketball, just get to spend some time with each other and get to know each other and to watch them compete in things other than basketball. Just some, who they are kind of came out, like they got comfortable. So I think that's so important when you're building a team with such young players.
Anybody? Christine, want to go ahead?
Getting those steps in for sure. Looking at some of those games, Coach, on Instagram and the fun kind of stuff that everyone was doing, who actually thought of those? Did you guys all kind of get together and say, hey, what are our most fun games from when we were kids or birthday parties, or how did you actually come up with some of those ideas?
Yeah, I think being a college coach, when you run college summer camps and you're trying to find things to do with those kids, but there's a lot of businesses are all about team camaraderie. Fortune 500 companies are always talking. I read books about what they try to do with their team building and the way they bond new members to their teams. It's the same thing, but we sat around and just kind of brainstormed on what we've done in the past and some things that we, today you can get online and Google anything you want and find all kinds of fun things. So just try to find things that we thought would, that they would like, and anything, from playing home run derby to golf, just anything that they can compete in, they're going to get into.
Scott.
With all this time together, what were the things maybe you learned about the players, the team, something that shined through maybe through all of those lessons and fun games?
Yeah. Probably the one thing that stuck out to me, Caitlin as a rookie came in and just was, trying to figure it out. She has a really, her personality, she kind of loosened up a little bit, and you saw, she's a really funny person, quick wit. And it's fun to banter with her a little bit off the, when we're off the basketball court. Demirs Dantas was able to be around our team a lot during this practice time, and she hadn't had that with him. And so she kind of opened up, which was really awesome to see her open up with the players and get to know them and talk to them. Aaliyah Boston is always a character, so she was really fun. And then her and Caitlin are very competitive, so they were always bantering with each other.
Anybody? Matt, go ahead.
Hi, Christie. A few days ago, the Fever put out the mid-season growth numbers. Jersey sales up 1,000, ticket sales 250. For you to be here last year, also this year, and be the leader of this team, be here day in, day out, can you just kind of describe what it's like to witness that as it's unfolding?
Yeah, I think the best way to explain it was, with everything that's happened since, the start of the season, with the new fan base and the growth of the game, just in exponential numbers. It's a journey that we've all been trying to just kind of figure out. It's exciting. I mean, it's incredible to play in front of the crowds. It's exciting to hear when they came in and told me, like, in just a few minutes, like, we're selling out of like gear, and we're, those things are just. I've coached in this league a really long time, 14 years, and just the things that are happening are so awesome for our sport, and what it's gonna and how it's gonna keep growing is just great for these players and what they have forward to look for and things that are gonna happen to them in the future because of this growth. I mean, it's just an exciting time, and I wouldn't say women's basketball, I'd say just sports in general.